right, the time has come. We're ranking Unmatched Series 1 AEW Jazzwares from the best to the worst. And it was a little tougher. This was a little tougher than I anticipated. I really moved some things around. I went back and forth, and I was a little bit surprised at the results of my rankings on this one. Like I said in the Kenny Omega review, these rankings can change over time as you let these figures breathe in your collection as you grow with them, and you just see other figures out there. Sometimes they go down, sometimes they go up, and that could happen with these, but my gut instinct after unboxing all these, taking a look at them, my initial reactions, this is my order, and let me explain to you why. But number one, a bit of a surprise to me, but I got to go with Darby Allin at number one. That TNT title, first time in the line, is a really beautiful looking belt, I feel, in figure form. The skateboard he comes with, better than the last skateboard. I love that it's airbrushed on both sides. I love that he gets skateboard as an accessory, as, you know, we know him as a skateboarder. But then the accessories, you get the chain, you get the jacket, and then, of course, you guys know I'm a sucker for face paint. Even though Darby Allin isn't my favorite wrestler in the world, I still really like his whole gimmick, his toyetic personality and figure form. It spoke to me, and that's why he's number one. But coming in at a close number two, and maybe this is a surprise, but it's the Cody Rhodes LJN inspired figure. He does have pegs in his feet, a hole in his foot, and with the ringside collectible stand, it does help him stay just a little bit. It's kind of resting in there. As you guys know, he's top heavy. He will dump over, but I found a ringside stand does actually work for him. So use discount code Kyle. Save 10% on ringside collectibles. I always say it, save your money for your figures, not your stands. So ringside collectibles, use discount code Kyle, save 10%. But this Cody, I wasn't sure what I would think about this. It isn't quite a direct matchup of any of the figures we talked about when we did his video. It doesn't scale with an OSFTM. It doesn't scale with the LJN Classic Superstars. It doesn't really scale. It's close, but doesn't with the LJN Young Bucks out there. And then it doesn't really scale with the traditional LJN. But in the Hogan example, with him and his knees bent and all that, you could smoke and mirrors that one in a little bit. So to me, I don't know where he fits. I wish he would fit in one of the lines. I wish he was actual LJN size or WCW OSFTM. I just think I would like it a lot better. But that being said, very vibrant color, very head sculpt LJN-ish. There you go. I like it. It worked for me. I'm excited to see how the Darby Allin one looks. We'll see how he looks with face paint and all that gear on it, but I like this one, and I know there's going to be a lot of people. I'm going to ask for you guys to put your list together and put it in the comments below. I guarantee there's going to be a ton of people with this one at the very end. I just know there will. Not everybody loves LJNs like I did. That's part of why he's so high for me, but I do feel this is a pretty good figure, and I do love that AEW has taken some chances. Personally, I'd rather see a standalone one-off line of LJN Superstars instead of mixing them in the regular set, very much like Classic Superstars. I did not enjoy that either. But hey, they're going to write the rules, and they're writing the plays right now. They're finding out what works, what does not work, and you got to respect that in business. That's how the next generation, the next level, that's how you get from here to here, is taking chances. If you do things safe, you do things like you always do it, you're going to have the same results. So you got to give the AEW team some props for trying something different and new, and even going back to the past for something new. So Cody coming in at number two. Once again, number three is a bit of a shocker, as a lot of people hated this figure from the pictures we got released. I think it looks much better in person. I love that it's the first AEW figure that, not height-wise, but width and muscle-wise, feels like it has some girth to it. Feels like a big figure. You guys know I love big figures. We get so many guys that just are akin to a cruiserweight, skinnier and smaller guys. It's nice to get a figure that's a little bit bigger, a little bit beefier, and that's Miro. Some great paint apps on here. We do got one little smudge there, but I like this, and I do think we'll see improvements on this figure. The head sculpt is probably the worst part of this figure, but I just like the size and just the feelings of a bigger AEW figure. And I keep saying it, all of them feel really small, but this feels like a big figure. So I do like that a lot. So Miro's at number three. Number four, I'm a sucker for the face paint. A few quality control issues with this Dustin, but Dustin and I go way back from the start of his career. When he first started in WCW to today, I've followed his whole career basically, outside of a little bit of early Florida stuff when he was just breaking in. But I like this one. We got the red and black. I feel this one's updated. I like the blue and black coloring better than the red. And I do think the head sculpts were improved over that Series 2 or the Blood Brothers Dustin we got in the past. So kind of right in the middle, Dustin. Now we get to the bottom two. And I know a lot of people were really anticipating this Britt Baker figure. They were all about it. They're really happy to get it. I'm a little indifferent on it, but I was happy to get one. Anytime we get a new character is always fun. But unfortunately, Dr. Britt hits number 2 from the bottom to me. Second to worst. Yes, number 5 hole for Britt. The joints on this one, the pins really catch your eye. They really take away from the figure. They're so predominant because she's got a much smaller arm and you have to have the pin sizes the same. So that really is an eyesore in my opinion. Also, the hair, how it sits outside of the coat, the hair looks a lot better when you have the coat on, that is for sure. You mid-on card people, you're not going to like this one a lot because both braids and on the back have a plastic sack around them, so it takes away from the figure in my book. Then the head scan. Well, the head sculpt, head scan, face scan is much better in person. It's still, unfortunately, nowhere where we want it to be. They got a lot of work, and they got to go back to the drawing board on Britt Baker, unfortunately. I just feel like this did not capture what they're looking for. And we know this is the rare Chase edition with the different coat on. I think different outfit as well. But just does not hit home for me, this one. It just really did miss the mark. And speaking of missing the mark, number 6 in the back hole for me is the cleaner, Kenny Omega, the current AEW champion right now. Just a big misstep back, a big step back from Series 4 Kenny Omega. I don't know about the airbrush tights, and then the head sculpt is nowhere near as good, and then the skin tone is just a little off in places on this one. So not a lot of meat on the bone, not a lot of extra accessories, not a lot here. This was probably the cheapest figure to produce of the bunch for sure. Kenny Omega, we're going to get a lot more, and I'm sure we'll get better Kenny Omegas than this in the future. If you're only getting one Kenny Omega all day, get that Series 4 Kenny Omega. Absolutely love that one. And that's my favorite Kenny Omega figure at this point. The 1B is much better with the updated paint tones as well. So there it is. That's how I rank Unmatched Series 1 through 6. You guys in the comments, though, tell me your rankings. Tell me your thoughts on this set. Did you pick it up? Are you passing? Are you picking and choosing? What are your initial thoughts on Series 1 here? I think we all enjoy the new packaging, how it looks like the Unrivaled, but it is different. Unrivaled, Unmatched. Our wallets, they're screaming, that's for sure, as we're going to have figures out there all the time, be it Unrivaled or Unmatched. There's going to be a new set coming out at least every single month. Then you throw on the 2 packs and exclusives on top of that. A lot of people are going to have to pick and choose. I've said it before, I tapped out on my Min on card set. Where are you at with your collection with these? Are you all in? Are you double up club? Are you a Min on card? Are you bailing? Are you picking and choosing? I'd be interested to know where you're sitting in your collection with the Unrivaled Unmatched series and where you think they're headed in the future. So a lot to talk about. Leave it in the comments. Of course, like this video. You made it this far. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you have not. We're getting closer and closer to 10,000 subscribers every single day. We're going to have all kinds of giveaways. We'll do all kinds of special stuff once we hit that 10,000 mark. So help me get there. Feel free to share these videos. Pass it on. Tell your friend. Tell your grandma to subscribe to the channel. And most importantly, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And then, of course, follow me on social media for all kinds of news, all kinds of stuff. Comings and goings, happenings, hot deals, you name it. SirPaul64 on Twitter, _Kyle_Peterson on Instagram. And, of course, Pro Wrestling Tees. Search Kyle Peterson. Get your very own See You Later t-shirt. Be the most fashionable guy or gal in your whole block, neighborhood, city, town, whatever it wants to be. So, Kyle Peterson at ProWrestlingTees.com. So, there you have it. AEW Unmatched Series 1. New ground is broken, and we'll see where the future leads us to. So for Unmatched Series 1 crew, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.